love, eternal love, and truth, divine truth. The language of purity. The language of purity. As we start with 57. What is Islam? What is Islam if not the purity of speech and the purity of charity? I want us to reflect on that for a moment. What is Islam if not the purity of speech? Let's hone in on the language of purity. So for our own knowledge, we now know through proof of existence that Islam is the language of purity. For us to understand why do we need a language of purity? Because if you've seen the Sufa on the language of dirty water, then we understand that every time we speak, we are speaking words. And words are of two kinds: pure or not pure. Pure or hate. So the Al-Sufyan is our language of purity. The language of purity for the blacks on the land of America and across the world is the language of Islam. Now, what I have has all of the pure words. So we will go into some of these pure words that I know that we use, daily. And the first one I like to go to is love. When we say the English, when we say English love, it comes with many meanings. It comes with 7 meanings. And so when we talking about al-wadu, this is one specific, specialized type of love. And this is love divine. Love of Allah. The Allah of love. The love of Allah. For love is Allah. As you see, A-L for Allah, wa-du. So that is a pure way to say love instead of using the word love. And as you read where it say be perfect as he is in heaven, that word perfect, we can use a purer word. The pure al-Qudus. Al-Qudus. Al-Qudus is the pure, the perfect, the sacred. The law. The law. Al-Hakami. The law, the truth, the rule. If you have heard of alchemy, this is where you get the word alchemy from. Alchemy comes from the word al-hakami, which means the law. And what you do with these words that I'm providing is you begin to speak these words as thoughts, not through your mouth, but through your thoughts. And when you begin to use purified thoughts, words, and deeds, these purified realities begins to cleanse the flesh from all of its sin. So in order to clean our soul, we will need a language that is clean. In order to dirty our soul, we will need a language that is dirty. And so you have to decide for yourself what way is for you. The way of love, which is pure, all good, and great, or is it the way of hate, which is weak, lesser, and inferior way of life called death? I mean, it's a lot of great words. You see the cure, you want to be cured, Allah. Allah. And so these are just a little small demonstration. If you want more, you can contact koscommunity@gmail.com, because in this world of filth, you will need a language of cleanliness. And just as in the world you have clean water, in the spiritual world you have clean, pure words. And so now going to our other understanding. You see the name for the moon, the name for the sun, all these are divine tones. So the sun is Shamesh, what you see, Shamesh. And you see the moon, Kamara. And so this is the language of free. Allah is the omnific word that no one knew was the word in the Bible that Jesus gave the apostles or disciples. And we as readers always wanted to know that word. And now today, at least if you haven't known today, you are aware today through the Holy Breath. And that's Allah. This is the omnific word that has control over all the elements and the powers of the air. Let's see, we got. Okay, so you have to free yourself. As number 12 says, you have to rise into the mystery of freedom and rebirth of purity of the body. So this is how we become free. We become free by purifying our body. I have walked a long road of purification. And so what I have done is easy for you to learn. And now you will have it even more easier, because it took me a while to get to where I'm at comfortably. And I had to search to find. I had to knock for the door to be open. I had to know for it to be known. So you have to do the same. So if you are looking for a way to cleanse your spiritual space, then we're going to need something as clean as space. And that's going to have to be the love of Allah. And so this is a very happy moment, because bringing this language of purity has never been done in the sense of bringing it to the public. And we live in a non-pure society right now, and these society have created many varieties and devices, to distract ourselves from the love of our Creator, and instead getting us to hate for our limitations. And if we understand through knowledge, we can begin to understand the wisdom, and therefore have the understanding to know Allah. Nothing of Islam, nothing of the language of purity brings harm. Everything is carved and sculpted out of the material of love, the spiritual material of love. This is the hardest mission for a lot of humanity to comprehend, that they must uplift themselves by uplifting others, and they must serve the Creator by serving others. So as I help you, you help me. As I help myself, I come and help you. This is the divine law and the eternal law, being the highest law of all laws. We're talking about the permanence of reality and the permanence of existence. And so now we're finna get into an interesting part, I believe, because we have been told certain things about, and I want to make a differentiation, a discernment between cussing and cursing. Cursing is the language of dirty water. So it injures the law, it injures the victim, and cursing also injures the certainty. And so to understand in the time that we in right now, that you are to protect you from yourself. And how you do that is by understanding the difference between purity and hate, and cuss words and curse, C-U-R-S-E, curse words. My focus on this language of purity is cuss words. Now, no one cuss is better than a nigga. Everybody knows that no one can do it, cuss like a nigga. Why? Because that belongs, it's a sacred element. Cursing is not a sacred element. Cussing is a sacred element. It's the negative of your very positive. But after this video, you will learn how to properly use it. And so the way we use it today, given from society, is not the proper way to use it in existence. So society and existence is not one and the same. Society carries different laws. Existence only have one law. And so we must understand that the tree of life is the manifestation of Allah as the highest wisdom. And so when we talk about the tree of life, we're talking about protecting you. You have to protect you From what? You have to protect you from yourself. And cuss words is how you do it. When anything, this is the proper way to use cuss words. When anything is against purity, when anything is against love, when any man or woman claiming a belief or a feeling that is against the eternal law of love, then you have the right to cuss to protect you from yourself. So for instance, if someone is not speaking love to you, you could tell them, look, I don't have time for that shit. My vessel too beautiful to be covered in shit. So that's just a short example. And another way is say let's say a demonic energy. Let's say a demonic hate comes towards you, and you yourself is not that hate. These are the times where you call those negative energies bitches. Not your woman, not who Allah have created, not anything of Allah. Everything not other than Allah is a bitch and are bitches. So we must learn how to use these words to keep our purity and our sanctity. And so when we begin to use these things, you will be able to see how these are already yours and you just needed the proper way to use them. We usually say these cuss words to our lovers and to people we love, not knowing that that's not the way to do it. You speak cuss words to everything that's not loving and not showing all the people love. And so these things like corporations, these are bitches, hoes, tricks. But if we don't know they bitches, hoes, and tricks, then they become pimps. And then these corporations prostitute us, makes us sell their brands, makes us wear their brands, make us only last for a long time or a short time, like Ye with Adidas. You see what happened? You're able to be cut at any moment because all things that are not love are always passing away. Man and woman's whole reality could be passing away if they don't recognize. Your reality is not food, shelter, clothing, and anything more luxurious than that. So if you're going more luxury to 20 cars and bunch of shoes, bunch of women, bunch of men, a bunch of anything, especially over 6, then we will become slaves to that which we know not. It's long, so long. Yeah, I had to handle some shit, but I'm back. That's just for example for what we have to do to objects. We help our loved ones, but we say that these objects ain't shit. And when we say ain't shit, that means that it ain't nothing. So when it comes to the love that we have for each other, it should be so high that an object is nothing. So you would not sacrifice it's people in this world that sacrifice, and we don't understand that the sacrifice of any flesh, any animal, especially children, especially women, are forbidden. The smell of blood is forbidden. Any act that is against love is an abomination. We don't love that shit. Matter of fact, fuck that shit. This is how we get it down and get it in. So you're going to learn how to use this for yourself as soon as you hear this Sufa. And it's going to set you free from the objective world. Because everything that you're going to do ain't nothing. All the objects ain't nothing but bitches, hoes, and tricks. So we have to understand this language of purity and using cuss words to protect our purity. When we stay in purity, this is the language of freedom, the language of the free. And we're going to get into the dynamic word, what Allah's word is called. Let's say the word of God. You heard that, right? Well, when we say the word of Allah, this is what we say. Kalima Allah is the word of Allah. It'll be a longer video to do every one. So just if you interested, I'm interested. And so just keep that in your forehead. And I think that's pretty much gonna sum up. Let me look at say anything about Kalima. Yes, you see Kalima. I'm gonna show you another word that's like Kalima. So you see that all these are sacred. You see the scholar. You see how if you put the K and the A K at the beginning and A at the end, you got Kalima. So this is Alim. So the Kalim is the Alim. The word is the master. The word is the teacher. The word is the scholar. So this is why you hear in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. We're talking Alim, Kalim, and talking about the grand name, the creator. The creator, Khalik, is how we say the creator. Creator is a greater name to use than God. God and the creator is not the one and the same. As you see, Allah is the creator. You see, the creator of all things. So as I want you to see for yourself, just through quick rundown, you won't see the word God as a name for Allah. G-O-D or G-A-D you will not see as a name of Allah. And why? As I showed you in the language of dirty water, G-O-D and G-A-D is a Persian word for Satan. So this is why you have to use these words to now protect you from yourself. And so we'll be back. Allah Ra Gaba. Salam, Islam, Wadu.